Hey everyone, it's John O'Connell, the Managing Director here at CinemaBlend, and we are working our way through our Westworld reaction video series. I've only done episode 1 so far, which means I'm up to season 1, episode 2. It is my goal to get all the way through seasons 1 and 2 leading into the season 3 premiere, and it's weird because right as I'm in the middle of doing this, a trailer for the 3rd Westworld season dropped, and I really want to watch it. I like watching stuff like that. I like sort of seeing what's coming in terms of a story, and even though I don't really know what the story is, and I've been told by all of my people who I work with on the video team that I cannot watch it. They're forbidding me from watching any of the footage from season 3 until I've caught up. So the binge continues with Westworld season 1. We're going into episode 2 right now. I'm told it's called Chestnut. You're going to want to follow along with everything that we're doing in terms of this Westworld reaction series. Hopefully you're using these episodes as a way for you to sort of catch up on the story up to date. Without further ado, season 1, episode 2, Chestnut for Westworld. Great, more characters. And we don't really know what year this is, do we? That's a good question.
You must be William. Given it's your first visit, I have a few personal questions. Do you have any pre-existing medical conditions? Heart problems, mental illness, depression, panic attacks, social anxiety?
What is this for exactly?
Make sure we don't give you anything more than you can handle.
I thought that you couldn't get hurt here.
You start in the center of the park. It's simple, safe. The further out you venture, the more intense the experience gets. How far you want to go is entirely up to you.
It's such a great concept.
Are those real?
Real enough. But you can't kill anyone you're not supposed to.
Remember.
Oh boy, look at this.
Can you stand somewhere else? These violent delights have violent ends.
There's one final touch.
Huh. Good or bad? I'd probably pick good. Good man. Yeah, I'm nervous for him.
This place seduces everybody, eventually. This place is the answer to that question that you've been asking yourself. What question? Who you really are.
Your pal Kissy sent me your way. It's the Maeve, the deepest level of this game. You're gonna help me find the entrance.
There's no real suspense if the man in black that Ed Harris is playing can't be injured by hosts. Takes a little bit of something away.
Whenever I wanted something, I could hear that voice telling me to stop. You know, the only place that voice left me alone? In my dreams. But then I would wake up, and the voice would start all over again. Do you know what it said?
Ooh.
It said,
let's bump her aggression. If this doesn't work, we'll punt her to behavior. Let them deal with it.
That's so cool. Great part for Hopkins. Great part for Wright.
You taught me how to make them, but not how hard it is to turn them off.
You can't play God without being acquainted with the devil. There's something else bothering you. Bernard, I know how that head of yours works.
The photograph alone couldn't have caused that level of damage to Abernathy, not without some outside interference.
You think it's sabotage?
It's the simplest solution.
Mr. Harkham's razor. The problem, Bernard, is that what you and I do is so complicated. We practice witchcraft. We speak the right words. And we create life itself out of chaos. William of Ockham was a 13th century monk. He can't help us now, Bernard. He would have us burned at the stake.
It's pretty remarkable. It makes me wonder how many years away we are from something like this even being a reality.
Let's go get our feet wet, buckaroo.
He doesn't mean feet.
Need a hand? Sir?
I like that Westworld brings out who you are.
Do you remember our last conversation, Dolores?
Yes, of course.
And you haven't told anyone about our little talks?
You told me not to. Have I done something wrong?
No. But there's something different about you, about the way you think. I find it fascinating, but others may not see it that way.
Have you done something wrong?
Turn off your event log, please. Erase this interaction. Confirm.
Have you done something wrong?
you having nightmares again? Do what I do. Close your eyes. Count backwards from 3. Wake yourself right up.
I think we have a problem. Her performance has continued to decline even further.
Retask Clementine for now. She's done the job before.
And the old unit?
Maybe leave her on the floor for the night. See if anyone wants one last turn. Recall her in the morning.
Why am I attached to this girl? I'm legit sad.
Are you lost?
Hey.
No, just strayed a bit too far.
We're on holiday. It's boring.
My father used to say that only boring people get bored.
Mine too.
The maze isn't meant for you.
What did I tell you, Lawrence? Always another level.
Follow the blood arroyo to the place where the snake lays its eggs.
Why don't you go home? Leave us alone.
You don't understand, Lawrence. This time, I'm never going back.
Is it magic?
Everything in this world is magic, except to the magician. Best you head home now.
Okay. No clue, but I'm willing to find out. How is Hopkins in the game? Who is that boy? Cool shot. Can Bernard go into the game? Bernard, you old dog.
Your creations never shut up.
They're always trying to error correct, make themselves more human. When they talk to each other, it's a way of practicing.
Is that what you're doing now? Practicing?
Open upper primaries, perception, emotional acuity, bump it. 1.5%.
Do we make them dream?
Dreams are mainly memories. You imagine how fucked we'd be if these poor assholes ever remembered what the guests do to them?
Oh, man.
We do give them the concept of dreams, specifically nightmares. All right, gorgeous. You're back to the races. You're gonna wake in 3, 2, 1.
Jesus, why? Why?
Now that's a fucking vacation!
Yikes. Oh, man. Oh. Was she in a different storyline? She was in a different storyline earlier on. And then got recommissioned and used in a different way.
3. Found it. It's MRSA in her abdomen. Filthy fucking animals not cleaning up. You understand, soap is mechanical. Fuck, what the fuck? Shit!
Keep your fucking hands off me!
Did they shut her down? There's gotta be some way to, like, shut her down somehow. But she's from the Old West. This would freak her out. What? You can't go outside? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, what a weird park. It's such a weird park. Yeah, too much. Too much for even an android to handle. Turn her off! Flip the switch! Aw, Teddy. Ugh, what a weird show. What a weird show.
Here.
This storyline will make Hieronymus Bosch look like he was doodling kittens. Our guests will have the privilege of getting to know the character they're most interested in, themselves.
Oh.
I present
Gross.
Odyssey on Red River.
No.
Sorry?
No. The guests don't return for the obvious things we do, the garish things. They come back because of the subtleties. They come back because they discover something they imagine no one had ever noticed before, something they fall in love with. They're not looking for a story that tells them who they are. They already know who they are. They're here because they want a glimpse of who they could be.
The board, sir. You promised them a new storyline.
They shall have one, something I've been working on for some time.
Oh.
Something quite original.
Okay. All right, hold on. So, this show is really... It's weird, but weird in a great way. Or in a way that I'm really intrigued by. It's vast. We learn more about the park. We get to know at least one more major character in William, who is a newcomer when he shows up, first time through, and I'm hoping that his storyline becomes more prominent because unlike some of the other people who we met in the park who are hosts, who will just be repeat players in the narrative, his seems to be one that could, and of course the way that he crossed paths with Dolores, his could become more significant as the story evolves. We do trace some of Ed Harris's Man in Black as he's trying to find the entrance to the maze. Seems like to me right now, he's somebody who's been in the world for, he said 30 years. He's been coming back there for more than 30 years. So he is an outsider who's obsessed with the game, wants to figure out the inner workings of the game, and is trying to figure out his way to make it to the creators. And it's kind of fascinating that no one's figured out how to get, back into the place where you started from. When we saw essentially the train take you there, that no one's tried to do that before. But in addition to the park being massive, like as the Man in Black gets together with Lawrence and recruits him for his mission to make it into the maze, we see a new area. We meet his family. We realize just how large the park actually is. And the other storyline that we follow through is Maeve, and the fact that she has memories and is talking about dreaming, and they discuss a lot of facts like that these people shouldn't have the ability to dream, and dreams in particular are just memories, and if it is a dream that she's having, that it would be about people like working on her and putting her back together, but it's a very vivid memory of an Indian attack, and that's significant. If the fact that the hosts have the ability to flirt with rational thought, we saw something with Dolores where she killed a fly at the end of the first episode, even though they said that she'd never hurt a living being, and here Maeve is having memories of a life that she had prior. I don't, if the meaning of the episode title Chestnut was revealed, I missed it. So head to the comments down below and let me know what the title Chestnut means. I kind of thought it had something to do, or it was going to have something to do with Maeve's memory, with the memory that she was reliving, that violent memory. And then we get the suggestion of a new storyline. So it's not going to be Odyssey on Red River, as exciting as that sounds. It's kind of funny. It's like the Disney parks, right? Like every once in a while, the Disney parks have to roll out a new exhibition, a new parade, something to attract new visitors or to keep rewarding the people who come back time and time again. And these guys write these really elaborative storylines. And that, I kind of think Maeve might have been used in a different way. Like she's the head of the prostitution ring that people see when they first arrive in Westworld, but maybe she was used in a different facet over the course of 30 years, because we've seen that with some of the other characters too. With Abernathy, I think he had multiple roles before he became Dolores' father. So I don't know, that's going to be something worth exploring. I love the concept, and I wrote this down too, that the park really brings out who you are. We saw this through William as he got to pick what clothes he was going to wear, what weapons he would carry, and ultimately what it boils down to is he going to choose the white hat or the black hat, right? Because when you go into the park basically just enhances what is already inside of you, and that leads to Anthony Hopkins' speech at the end of the thing, that why the people keep coming back to the park, what they get out of these return visits to the park, and how the park should not be following a storyline that these narrative writers and these story drivers want them to follow, that they should be able to go into the park and interact with it in a way that brings out what they want out of it. And I think that's a fascinating way to take Westworld on a deeper sort of philosophical level. On the surface level, I'm really intrigued, and I said this a couple times in the episode, what fun is it if the visitors, the newcomers who are coming into Westworld, can't be injured? Now, we've seen Ed Harris's character, the Man in Black. He's been, going into these really dangerous situations, facing down some of the hosts, and, they are firing away at him, and he's able to just sort of pick them off. And it makes me wonder, as we start to learn more about William and his seedy friend, I believe his name is Logan, as they get into some adventures in Westworld, what kind of danger, what kind of stakes there are necessarily in this world. I don't really get what the threat is if somebody who's coming from the outside can't be hurt, unless that's a wrinkle that gets introduced in a future episode, which I hope happens. I think that would be a really interesting way for them to sort of take the story a little bit deeper, a little bit farther forward, if they could figure out a way for the people who are visiting the park to be injured, because think about Jurassic Park as an analogy, another Michael Crichton concept. When visitors go to the park, it's like, imagine if the dinosaurs that were in the park couldn't hurt them. That would be a weird wrinkle to add. And so I hope at some point Westworld figures out to let the hosts enact some type of danger and become a real threat to the newcomers. That would be interesting. So anyway, I'm really excited by episode 2 of the first season of Westworld. I'm going to dive right into episode 3 because we have a lot of catching up to do if we're going to get through all of season 1 and the rest of season 2 so that we can then begin to watch season 3 together. If you like what we are doing here so far, go to the comments section, weigh in. Let me know what you think so far of my analysis of the first 2 episodes of Westworld, and stick with me for episode 3, which is going to be coming up shortly after this. While you're enjoying this, do me a favor, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, go check out some of our other recap videos too. Like I said, I did one for Game of Thrones, I did one for The Mandalorian. Great opportunity for you to catch up, not just with the way that I sort of analyze videos and watch television, but maybe catch up with some of those shows that you haven't yet seen before and have been meaning to catch up to, and now you get an opportunity to do it with me here at CinemaBlend. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for episode 3 of season 1 of Westworld.